Hey YouTube. So this video I feel like has been one of the more asked for videos, just an update on how everything's going, what's the pay like and everything. So I'm gonna give y'all the whole breakdown, show my pay stubs and everything, which I don't really like the idea of that, but I understand where a lot of people are coming from. Y'all are trying to see, like, you know, how many miles I get, what's my pay, the whole breakdown of everything, because that's like the #1 thing in the trucking industry. So I do want to start off with just saying that I say all the time, but everybody's journey in trucking is going to be different. Even if you guys are with the same company making the same cents per mile, everything is going to be depending on how you run your clock, your dispatcher, the loads that are available, where you're at. Like, you guys, everything is depending on so many different variables in the trucking industry, unless of course you're on a dedicated route or you have your own authority and you're able to run how you want to do it. You know what I'm saying? So I just do want to put that out there, because just because I'm getting this many miles and making this much money doesn't mean the next person is getting, they might be getting more miles, they might be getting less miles. It's all really just dependent on a lot of other things in this industry. So anyway, now that I said that, I have been with them for almost 5 months now. The first dispatcher that I had, I only had him for I think the first month. They give you like a temporary dispatcher that's supposed to be able to be there for you more than the regular dispatchers. So he didn't have that many people on. He was great. I ran great. And then after that, I got put with a dispatcher that was not good. He was brand new. He didn't know what he was doing. I could never get a hold of him. After my accident and everything, he didn't even know that I was in an accident. He never called me, nothing. So I tried changing multiple times. They kept telling me that I couldn't change dispatchers. So me being in the industry, I've been driving for 1.5 years now, y'all. So I'm like, that's bullshit. Like, what do you mean I can't get a new dispatcher? So at first I was just like, all right, whatever, because he kind of just blew me off and was like, call back in a few weeks if you still want a new dispatcher. Like, obviously I want a new dispatcher. So I ended up going into the Atlanta terminal and talking, I don't remember his name, but the terminal leader over there, and he was great, dealt with it. I had a new dispatcher, boom. So now the dispatcher that I currently have is better, but I will say, like, mega carriers, their dispatching and the planning and everything, like, you're always gonna run into problems. 9 times out of 10, I promise you, you're not gonna be completely happy with whatever's going on. It's just something that you have to deal with in the industry. But this dispatcher at least, you know, gets back to me, answers the phone most times, so it is better now than it was before. But I was going through it for a little bit to where it was just like aggravating me. As far as mega carriers and other companies go, a lot of people ask me, like, Shania, like, what's a good company to start with? I have only worked for Swift and KLLM. Swift, I honestly, like, to get your, you always have to start somewhere. So whatever is the most, like, available to you. I started with Swift because they were the fastest to just get me in training, get me in a truck, okay? My trucks weren't good when I started. I had a 2018 that broke down all the time there, but they were the fastest just to get me in, and that's what I was looking for at the time. So I always tell people, it depends on your scenario, your situation, what you're trying to do. I got my license alone. I didn't go through a company, so that too, you know, it all affects everything. So you can't just look at somebody's journey in trucking and be like, yeah, that's what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Because everything depends on everything. Anyways, KLLM, I will say, is one of the mega carrier, because they are still considered a mega carrier, is a mega carrier that makes more. You will make more here than you make in really a lot of the other mega carriers. Like, I know Swift started at 47 cents per mile OTR. You don't make anything after that. Like, your first 6 months, it's supposed to be $1,000 guaranteed. That's BS too. You have to, like, beg for it, basically. But anyway, Swift starts at 47 cents per mile OTR. That's why I went dedicated with them. I think Prime starts at 46 cents. Western Express, what else? What other starter? All the starter companies like start really, Werner, they all start really, really low. KLLM, I'm at 65 cents per mile OTR, which is a lot for a mega carrier. And I think that they start at 62 cents. So it is better money here. Like I said, you do still deal with bullshit. I'm not just gonna tell you guys it's fantastic over here and everything's great, because the trucking industry does not work like that. Like, it will nothing will ever go exactly how you want it, because there's too many people working to make stuff happen. There's too many miscommunications that happen along the way. It just is what it is. Now that I'm a year and a half in, I realize, like, Shania, not everything's gonna go your way. Like, you know, so sometimes you are gonna have to take a load that's not a lot of miles. Sometimes you are gonna have to sit for a few days. It happens. Overall though, I love it here. This wasn't gonna be like a long-term thing for me anyway. The way that Swift did me, if you guys didn't watch that video, you can go back and watch it, why I left them. But with that whole scenario, this was the closest thing to me. They had a terminal in Atlanta. I was supposed to get a truck right away, which I didn't, but I'm over that now. And it just was the fastest for me to just get things rolling again. So this was never me going into it thinking, yeah, I'm gonna work here for years and years and years. But right now I'm content. I'm happy with what's going on. I am, you know, not expecting to spend my whole career here or anything like that, obviously. But I am liking it so far. Like I said, my new dispatcher has been way better than my last one was. So that has been, you know, mentally better for me personally. And their equipment's great. They have beautiful trucks. They have Peterbilts, they have Kenworths, they have Freightliners. I have a Freightliner, I have a 21 Freightliner, but a lot of the people that are starting now are getting like in new trucks, you guys. They have so many brand new trucks, brand new Peterbilt. Like the new Peterbilts are so freaking nice that they have. So their equipment is great compared to a lot of other places. They have so many new trailers going out. If you guys watch my vlogs, you've probably seen me bobtail to Texas quite a few times, Lancaster, Texas, to get a brand new trailer out of there. They do have a lot of 24 trailers on the road. Don't really run into much issues as far as their equipment goes, because they do keep it up and take pride in their things, which obviously is really great to work with a company that actually cares about, you know, providing their drivers with good equipment. And yeah, that really is important to me, because where I started, the equipment was horrible. The trailers were horrible. Like, it was really bad. So this company does, you could tell they take pride in their trucks and their trailers, and they want, you know, things to be newer. And yeah, that obviously helps us drivers, because we're not breaking down all the time, or, you know, having to stop and get trailers fixed and all of that. So that's another thing that I really, really like about them. Anyways though, let's get to Paychecks. So I just pulled some random statements that I found in my email, because they send me like the pay stubs or whatever. So I'm gonna figure out, let's see which one to start with. Let's start from, okay, this one was the week of June 23rd. So it says the 23rd to the 28th, okay? So I did 2,600 miles. So I'm always getting at least 2,000 miles weekly, you guys. I try to be upper 2,000s, closer to 3,000, but like I said, so many things change in the midst of everything. You just get what you get, and you know, some weeks are better than others. That's just the industry. Anyways, so this week I ended up doing 2,645 miles, and the total pay for that was $1,719.25, and that is at 65 cents a mile. Okay, so that was that week. Next, I pulled one from the week of June 13th through June 19th, okay? We have 2,500 total miles, 2,507 total miles, and we grossed $1,629.55. So I don't think I said on the last one what the net pay was after taxes. But the net pay on this one was $1,378.82 for that week. And that was running 2,507 miles. And on the one that I said before this paycheck, the net pay on that one was 1,436 miles. $1,436.75 for that week, where I had ran 2,645 miles, so around the same. Okay, next, let's go to June 1st through the 5th, okay? I ran 2,380 miles. My gross pay was $1,547, and my net pay was $1,319.24. That week of June 1st. Let's see if I have some. Oh, you know what? Let me show you this one too. This was May 25th. I'm trying to see. I think this was. Okay, so this was a month after I had first started. I got the rest of my bonus pay. So I had did only 1,800 miles that week. I think that I took home time the end of that week. I'm trying to see. It doesn't say, but I was in Georgia. So yeah, I was either my truck was getting fixed or something was happening. I only did 1,800 miles, but when I joined on, I had a $5,000 sign-on bonus. So with all that, the end of the 30 days, they give you the other half of that. So this is showing the $2,500 from that. My total for that week was, total gross was $3,771.35. And then net pay was $2,687.05. And again, that was 1,842 miles, because it looks like I had went back to Georgia. So something happened, I don't remember. These are all like May and stuff. Let me see if I pulled some from, okay. This one is August 15th through the 21st. I did 2,059 loaded miles. So again, a little lower than I normally would like. Where was I? Oh, this is because I had to wait like 3 days for a load when I went to Cali. And so my gross pay here was $1,479.40, and my net pay was $1,264 for that week. And like I said, I had to sit for 3 days, so that's why that one was a little bit lower. Let's see. Okay, let's do this paycheck right here. Was 2,645 miles that week. My total, let's see, my total gross pay was $1,719.25, and my net pay was $1,436.75. So as you guys see, like most times I'm never really getting under $1,000 a week. Most times I'm getting at least $1,200, $1,300 a week. Yeah, so it's been straight here. Like, as far, like when I worked for Swift, you guys, I'm not even lying, when I was OTR with Swift, I got like, my paychecks would be like $600, $700 after everything, and I didn't go to school with them. So that was literally because they had me sitting doing BS loads like crazy. And then when I went dedicated with them, I was making 60 cents a mile, but they'd make me sit 2-3 days in between loads. So I still was making like $600, $700 with them. Like insane, made no sense. So this company, you know, my miles are pretty good overall. I can't really complain. I do wanna, you know what, let me go on my email maybe and show you guys some of my, or no, you guys get the point. Like I really average weekly now, I'm getting like usually above 2,300 miles a week. Like I said, I try to get in the high 2,000s, 3,000s, but it doesn't always happen. So yeah, my paychecks are usually looking like anywhere from like $1,300 to like $1,800 a week. And like I did say too, I did get a $5,000 sign-on bonus when I started with them. So that you got half of it the first paycheck, and then the other half after your first 30 days. So that did, you know, come in handy for having after going through what I went through with Swift, just sitting and not making money. But yeah, you guys, I like it. I'm just here for the journey of it all, taking you guys along the ride with me. I'm trying to think of any other questions that you guys really ask me a lot. Most of it is pay and mileage and everything like that. They do hire new, like, students. They have a school and everything. I think that I know they do the school in the Indiana location and the Mississippi location. I don't think that they definitely don't do it in the Atlanta location. There's nowhere to do it over there. But yeah, I will put my recruiter that I went through down in the description box. His name is Jack. But they do send you to some different recruiters and stuff depending on where you're based out of or where you're coming from. But I will put him down below just so you guys can maybe give him a call and let him know. Also, I'll put my reference number and everything is always down below, but it's I'll put it up here for you guys too, because a lot of people ask me that. And yeah, so they do have the school. Miles are pretty good, and I'm not sure if they still are doing the sign-on bonus or not, but I know that they were doing it for quite some time. One other thing, a lot of people ask me, and I say it a lot in my vlogs, but I'll say it again, they do not fuel with Loves. So if you guys are like coming from Swift or something like that and you're used to Loves, that's one thing about them. They do not fuel with Loves. So it is a majority of the time Pilot, Flying J. Sometimes they'll send you to some weird place, but like I said, majority of the time it's Pilot or Flying J's. I honestly, it's whatever now. Like at first I was like, oh my god, how dare they take Loves from me, but now it's like, okay, you know, it's just all part of the game, you guys. Honestly, now in a weird way I kind of enjoy coming to Pilots more because they have like different food and stuff like that. So like I said, trucking, nothing about trucking is luxurious or like it's never gonna go your way how you want it. So that was more stuff that I cared about when I first started. Now I'm just like, all right, where's the money at? Where are the miles at? You know? So no, it's been a nice little journey that I've been on with KLLM. Like I said, pay straight, miles pretty good. And yeah, another question that I do get asked a lot is where do they hire out of? And to be completely honest, you guys, I can't even answer this question because I'm not even entirely sure. I believe that sometimes they open up different areas and sometimes they close them. I know like sometimes they hire out of Florida, like Southern Florida, sometimes they don't. Right now I think that they only hire north of Jacksonville, at least when I was coming on with them, that's how it was. North of Jacksonville, and then I don't think that they hire out of like the New England area. I think you have to be like south of Virginia. Like I said, I could be wrong. You guys should just call a recruiter and see what they say, if you can be hired with the address that's on your license or not. And I know some people told me like that they weren't hiring out of certain areas in Cali as well. But like I said, you just would have to call a recruiter and see what they say about the area that you're in, because it does differ on the time period that it is as well, and all of that. There's a lot. And then there's also like certain dedicated accounts and stuff as well, that you could do in certain areas. So like I know Florida, like if you hired in Florida, they have an account that they can hire you onto, but it was closed for a while. I don't know if it's open or not. But yeah, if you guys have any other questions, let me know. I think I am going to go back and look for I think I'm just gonna leave this video how it is, because I'm gonna film another video for you guys. I just parked to ticket 34, so I'm gonna go get ready and film that for you guys as well, so I don't want to take too much time on this. Okay, another question that I get a lot, I'm not gonna lie, I had finished out this video and then I was like, wait, because I get this question a lot too. Another question that people ask a lot is about home time. So if you watch me, if you know me, you know that I don't really take home time, but people still ask me because, you know, a lot of people want to go home or whatever the case is. So with KLLM, every 7 days out, you get 2 days. And they do have paid home time. If you don't want to take that home time, you can pile it up to 2 weeks at a time, and then if you don't want to take it, they'll still pay you for it, if that makes sense. So like if you have 2 weeks piled up or something, they will just give you like $1,400 because it is $100 a day of home time. So you get 2 days every 7 days that you're out. So every full week that you're out, you get 2 days of home time. You can compile it. If you take more than a week off in one sitting and you're a company driver though, you can't keep your truck. So they will take your truck from you if you take more than a week at a time because they want their trucks moving and not sitting. I get it, but I don't get it, but I get it, I guess. So yeah, that is how home time works with them. So it is pretty cool because I've never really heard of a mega carrier paying you home time. But I just wanted to put this out to give you guys a little update. Like I said, if you have any other questions, just comment down below and let me know. And yeah, I am way better at answering comments and getting back to you guys when you guys are commenting like right after I drop a video, because I'm like, you know, on YouTube active, loading things up, getting things done. So if you don't already, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and do the little bell so that you get notified every time that I do post for you guys. That way I'm able to see the questions, because sometimes, I don't know, my YouTube kind of messes up, and after like the video's been up for a few days, I just stop getting notifications on videos. I don't know why. So yeah, let me know what y'all's questions are. I hope that I answered most of the questions that are asked, and yeah, I'm out of here.